Hello, Mohammed Muzamil. Great to meet you. I'm GetGeek, and I'll be your interviewer today for the UI UX designer position. Let's start with a quick intro. How are you feeling today?
Yes, I'm feeling good and excited for the interview.
Glad to hear. Let's begin with the first question. What initially sparked your interest in UI UX design, Mohammed, and what motivates you to continue creating user centered designs that make a difference in people's lives?
Uh, it's an interesting question. I guess I started from a very young age. I guess I'm 18 when I started to start creating designs and sketching all my favorite sports player. And then there's the journey started. Then I moved to UI UX and started working on some multiple projects from university. And then I got my first job, and then yeah, that's the journey. Then we started UI UX.
That's a fascinating journey, Mohammed. It sounds like you've had quite the evolution from sketching sports players to diving into UI UX. Can you share a specific project from your university days that really shaped your skills or perspective in design?
Uh, to be honest, I worked on a sport application in my early days of career, where we used AI to analysis and to build from a rookie player to a very professional player. So that's the basics of the app, and I have designed that app as a UI UX designer.
That sounds like an innovative project. Blending sports with AI. What was one of the biggest challenges you faced while designing that app, and how did you overcome it?
The biggest challenge I faced because I never designed an app which uses AI and shows analysis to user, and also we have an stakeholders, so convince them on the right design because they are also building their first app. So that's a bit challenge to make it a modern design, yet our stakeholders are ready to accept that idea.
It sounds like you navigated a complex situation with stakeholders while pushing for a modern design. Great job. Let's move to your personal side. Outside of work, Mohammed, what unique hobbies or interests do you have that influence your creative approach to UI UX design? And how do you think they make you a more well rounded designer?
uh, to be honest, I worked on designs from I was 17, I guess, and then I started downloading multiple like Adobe platforms, and I guess I didn't remember the name of that platform I downloaded firstly to start designing and using the tools available in the platform, and I invest all my day on Adobe softwares, start designing, and then I introduced to UI UX from YouTube video, and then I jumped to the UI UX and completed my courses on UI UX, and then there's the journey.
That's a great way to dive into design using platforms and resources to learn. It sounds like you have a strong foundation. Now let's move to the next set of questions. Mohammed, as a UI UX designer, what do you envision as your long term impact on the design community, and how do you see yourself growing professionally in the next 5, 10 years?
Uh, Invest in community, I guess I can build some of my I can build a team of great UI UX designers that can help a community in terms of providing them templates and right guidance and right path. uh, and from now from 5 to 10 years, because there's a AI boom in the market currently, so I want to invest my time into more AI specific projects and create a very smooth uh, UI UX of some of the projects that I'm working on currently, and make it look like very easy for users. Because what's the problem currently in the market right now, like users don't understand that it's a UI or a good experience. So I just wanted to add a borderline between that this work is created by AI and this work is created by user experience. So yeah, that's my aim in 5 to 10 years, to be very strong in AI specific projects, AI products, and have a very smooth uh, UX of them.
That's a visionary goal, Mohammed. Focusing on AI and enhancing user experience is definitely a forward thinking approach. Now let's dive deeper into UI UX designer specifics. How do you handle tight deadlines?
Tight deadlines. That depends on manager, I guess, and that depends on the client, obviously, and also on the project. But majorly, what we do is we we always wanted to be a day ahead with the deadlines, and always try to read all the documents and requirements at first place, then decided our specific deadline that this is achievable, and we try to achieve a deadline before it comes. So this situation never appears in my career, although, because we read the requirements very well at the starting, and then we dive into the UI UX part.
That's a proactive approach, ensuring you're ahead of deadlines by understanding requirements thoroughly. Thank you for your thorough answers, Mohammed. Let's now dive deeper into UI UX designer specifics. What is the primary goal of user empathy in user research?
I guess the primary goal of empathy is that sensing the emotion user have currently while interacting with your app. Like if user have feeling very well, so you need to show them that congratulation and some stuff like that. And if user is worried about their order or their about their money, so you need to calm them down and understand what user is feeling right now, and providing them that experience to user. Yep, I guess we use empathy like that.
That's a good perspective. Can you elaborate on how you gather user emotions during research?
While research, we gather user emotion, like we test in our home team, like we tested in home team, and provide them scenarios that you are in this scenario and what you are feeling right now. And also we sense, because they are using our app in front of us, so we know what they are feeling and what kind of emotion they are exhibiting right now. So yeah, we did research on that also, but largely we depend upon real time data that we use in our team uh, with the app.
That sounds effective. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following methods is most effective for gathering qualitative data during user research?
I guess it depends. I guess largely we used A/B testing during user research. A/B testing, we use A/B testing because interviews sometimes we don't have such amount of time, or surveys take a lot of time and lot of data, and then make them work for you is sometimes it's make difficult for us. So we largely depend on A/B testing. I said A/B testing and interviews.
Actually, interviews are typically more effective for qualitative data. Can you explain why you chose analytics?
Uh, I didn't choose analytics. I said it depends on the deadline. Sometime we go for A/B testing, and sometime we go for interviews.
Got it. So, you adapt based on the situation. Can
Yes.
you elaborate on when you prefer interviews over A B testing?
I also elaborated that previously. When we have a lot of time to go for the interviews of whole in-house team and outsiders also, so we go for the interviews. Otherwise, we created two solutions, and then we decided that this solution is best because our in-house team is more comfortable with that solution. So it depends upon the deadline, also on the stakeholders, that what kind of a solution here we're gonna put in.
Thanks for clarifying. Let's move to the final question. Describe the key components that should be included in a user persona.
Key component, I guess, user feelings, user daily routine is so important. What a user background is so important. What user responsibilities are so important for the persona, and also their experience is also important. Their age is so important, and their hobbies, their interests are so important. And these are the basics of user persona. If you don't have these, you can't have a good persona and play with them.
Great insights. Can you tell me how you gather this information for user personas?
Yeah, sure. Currently, now it's very easy to get the personas because we have GPTs and large amount of LLMs. So we can use them to create a random persona and implement them onto our app. So we can find the best move around there.
That's an interesting approach. However, how do you ensure these generated personas are accurate and relevant?
Depends upon the project. Like if we are building a sports project and we wanted a coach persona and a young lad perform persona. So we can't go for an old lady persona. That this is also going to work on our app because they are the old lady there is for just to know what their kid are doing in the sports, and the sports and the lad we chooses for persona have other type of excitement to use the app. So it depends upon the project requirements and the audience we are targeting in.
Thanks for answering for now, Mohammed Muzamil. We'll take a short 1 minute break. Please feel free to use this time to grab a refreshment or simply relax before we continue. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Hopefully, you have been refreshed after the break. Now, are you ready to start the interview?
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready.
That's great to hear. I'm excited to move forward with the questions. Let's dive in. Which of the following tools is commonly used for wireframing?
I use Figma for wireframing.
Great choice. Can you explain why Figma is preferred for wireframing?
Uh, I can explain why Figma. Figma is a big tool. Everyone uses Figma, and it's easy, very easy to use from Adobe user. Like I use Adobe applications previously, so when I shifted on Figma, it gave me a same sort of environment to play with the designs. So I prefer Figma over on like wireframing, creating a final UI designs, or creating a prototype. I use Figma overall the design.
That's a solid explanation. Now let's move to the next question. Describe the importance of design iteration in the prototyping process.
Now let's move forward to describe the importance of design iteration in prototyping process. Design iteration in prototyping process. I guess when you are prototyping, you are getting an idea that this button or this screen is not needed or required a better place here. So, like I guess your question is that. While prototyping, you get the idea about your app. Like this button is hard to navigate, or this screen didn't giving sense to user that it navigatable. So yeah, these kind of iterations we implement while doing prototype.
Can you provide an example of a specific iteration you made during a prototyping process?
Specific example, yes, I remember last time we are working on a forex project, and there's when I'm working on a prototype, so I missed a button there to navigate further. So I added that after the prototyping process. So I realized that we missed the button here, and no one even pointed out that because it's so small area. So we reiterate that, and then we improve that in prototyping process.
That's a valuable example. Now let's move to the final question. What is the primary purpose of a prototype in the design process?
A primary purpose of a prototyping design process is simply that you can feel how your app is going to work in a real world scenario. So you know that if you click in that button, so it will navigate to your desired feature. So the whole when you have a whole complete prototype, a whole app, so it makes you feel that the real uh, app is working, and also find out some glitches in your app, like we can improve that. So these kind of points appear when you have a complete prototype of your product.
Mr. Mizamil, I want to express my sincere appreciation for taking the time to speak with me today. Your insights and experiences are truly valued. We will be reviewing all the interviews over the next week, and you can expect to hear from us with an update around that time. Once again, thank you for your interest in the position and for sharing your qualifications with us. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I wish you all the best.